Welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 255, being recorded on May 2nd, 2023. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit? No? Okay.
Perfect. With little background and next to no expertise.
Thank you. Thanks for acknowledging that. I thought I'd make it a creepy random shit tonight.
And have no bearing on anything whatsoever.
What is this?
Perfect. Thank you. I thought instead of looking
like your sweaty balls.
There you go. Yeah. Random shit. Yeah. I just thought it would be, kind of a weird, kind of creepy one. So.
It's not a tumor.
Thank God.
Well, something that isn't so creepy is NASA hacking their Voyager 2 space probe to make it last even longer.
They hacked
when was
it in
last
space?
time? When was the last time you hacked something in space?
Is that what's that show?
You poor thing.
That show.
You guys, you know what? You guys keep going. I'm gonna look it up.
Why did they have to hack
I just remember
their own? Why did they have to hack their own equipment? Can't they just log in and make a change?
Well, so apparently, here's the problem: is that Voyager 2, which is a space probe that was launched in 1977.
Oh, it was Vista.
Back in Vista times. It is now 12 billion miles away from the Earth, and it's still going strong, but the power is slowly going away. The batteries are dying, or whatever is powering it, and apparently they came up with a clever way to say, hey, you know what? Since this thing is still out there, still doing its thing, sending stuff back, what they're going to end up doing is they might shut down some of the instruments that it's doing to measure different stuff to keep it alive for a little bit longer. So yeah, apparently it's so far away, it takes 22 hours for the signal to reach the spacecraft.
And then 22 hours to find out if something happened the way they wanted it to?
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, apparently...
what the heck? What do you do at work if that's your job? I mean, you send a message and then you wait and you just go, I'm done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow to check it out, see what happened.
Pretty much.
more or less.
Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, apparently they are the generators that are on the probe. They are slowly going away, so they are turning off some of the heaters and other non-essential systems. So they think that this could probably work to keep it longer for a little bit more, but it might not last for forever. So the interesting thing is, being the spacecraft that I think is the furthest away from us at this point in time, makes it very, very valuable. So I'm honestly impressed that something from the 70s is still out there doing its thing.
What kind of operating system is it? Just basic computer language, or is it any idea? 70s. What would that be?
MDOS prompt.
I mean, you could tell me
Probably
anything, and I would be like, "Oh, Blaine, thanks for telling me. I have no idea."
It's probably running on Fortran.
Ooh,
They built it on a Raspberry Pi.
I've watched Hidden Figures several times, and she reads Fortran is the language of the future. She's reading the book for the kids on the bus. Yeah, it is a powerful and something computer language. Something I don't remember now. I thought I remembered, but anyway.
Hey,
Well,
you
cool.
remembered more than I did.
Well, I've watched the movie more than you have, probably.
Yes, and your brain is functioning tonight.
Well, cool. I say thumbs up for making old things work.
Yeah, thumbs up for space.
Yeah, I'm impressed. No, way to go, guys. But you know what? No, somebody who can't quite figure out how to make things last in space is Japan.
Your mom.
Because
boom.
If you remember, a few weeks ago, a Tokyo-based company called iSpace was planning to land a lander on the moon,
Yeah.
And apparently it did not succeed.
Well, what happened?
As they
Did it jettison off into space or did it crash land?
It jettisoned.
It crash landed.
Oh no, it crash landed.
Yes.
What were they able to hack into it and make something work so they could retrieve some data or anything?
No.
Do they need NASA to maybe hack into it so they can retrieve some data?
Maybe. That
Do
might
they
be an
need?
option.
I'm just seeing we can use hack in every one of our articles tonight.
What they need is the guy from Kung Fury to hack them back in time to change the specs so that it won't crash.
Well, and of course we know why it crashed, because no one's actually successfully landed on the moon.
Not one time.
Not one time. Not even a rover or a probe or anything. So
well, what's great is if you use a really powerful microscope, you can see the flag that we've planted on the moon.
You can. Okay. Can you really?
With a really powerful microscope, you sure can.
With a really powerful
well, as tired as your brain is, I figured I just give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Thanks. I'm just plagiarizing a joke from The Office. Michael Scott says that sometimes I like to imagine that there's a man on a distant planet who's watching me with a really powerful microscope, and he sees me, and I just, he wonders what's going on in my life, and I have to just look up and say to him, "I'm fine." I'm not.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, what did they hope to accomplish? Does it say what were they going to do on the moon anyway?
They're whalers
look
on
around.
the moon.
It was carrying commercial and government-owned payloads, including a tiny two-wheeled transformable robot.
A transformer?
Yep, it brought a transformer to the moon. And another four-wheeled rover designed to study the geology of the moon, exploring the lunar soil and dust. It was also carrying a couple of commercial payloads from Canada, which included a camera and some
maple syrup
AI software. So I don't know.
All right.
Can you imagine if they did send maple syrup up to the moon for like no reason?
I could definitely see Canada doing that.
Canada. We went to the moon.
Oh man.
And we left some maple syrup there.
Well, thumbs up for them trying anyway.
Yeah, thumbs up for trying to go land on the moon.
Thumbs down for not having a bigger explosion and having it recorded with a microscope.
How slow can you play this thing?
Well, you might have played that a little too soon because GM has now announced that they will stop making the Chevy Bolt and EUV later this year.
Yeah, I heard about that. They're catching on fire.
that happened
they really were
2 years ago.
Yeah, yes, but they caught on fire. So
why don't they just hack into the computer and tell it to stop catching on fire?
Because it takes 22 hours for hacks to get to wherever they're going. That's what I learned.
Yes, hacking takes 22 hours per hack.
No matter what.
No matter what. I don't care how fast you type, hackers. It takes 22 hours. Aren't they? They're replacing it with some models, aren't they? They have.
No, actually, they're not. So
really,
the Chevy Bolt, and the EUV, which is just a bigger version of the Bolt, were basically two of the cheapest EVs you could buy today. I think they're somewhere in the $20,000-$30,000 range or something like that. And they have discontinued them. They currently are not replacing them with any new models. I mean, eventually Chevy's going to be coming out with a handful of other vehicles like the new Equinox and the Blazer and Silverado and stuff like that.
Well, I don't mean
but it's not going to be a car, so
they're not going to do any cars. They're just going to.
Haven't heard of it yet, so.
But they were cheap because they were death traps. That's why they were cheap.
I mean, sure. I mean, they were based on some older technology that GM had, so There is a little bit of a disconnect kind of between their new stuff that's coming out and that being on some new technology, yet still having the bolt on old technology. So I guess there's some maybe possible cause there, but certainly seems like a really weird thing to do.
To discontinue a car line?
Yeah.
Why? Car lines do it. The car companies do it all the time. Look how many times that they've retired the Beetle.
I need to go on record and talk about the Pacifica for a minute. So if you had that thing, it'd be pow, 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 pow. The secret topic for tonight is the Pacifica. So the Pacifica was one way.
It's not a tumor.
We'll use that in lieu of the actual thing.
And then they just took it off the market.
This one.
Like they discontinued the line of the Pacifica, like it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And it was a minivan. And then they brought it back, still called it the Pacifica, but it wasn't a minivan anymore.
It was an SUV?
A mini SUV or a crossover SUV or something like that, but it was different.
It was
like the Dick Van Dykes. Like they just changed.
Different.
They just changed on Bewitched. They just changed the guys. Like he was one person, and then they just come back with the other one, and they don't say anything about it. Like this is the Pacifica. No, it's not. I just wanted to say that. Just thought that was. It disappeared. Comes back.
You got to hang a lantern on it.
You got to do something. You got to say, "Yeah, we know."
Okay, are you saying they're just doing this so they can bring it back later, then, Brian?
Well, they're going to do a car eventually. They just know they can't compete with these because other cars. I mean, the cars that are coming out now are way better than the Volt.
I wonder if what they're trying to do is just buy all the other electric vehicles. Their company's just buying them all up. They're going to hack into the systems. They're going to figure out how they tick, what makes them work. They're going to pirate through their hacking skills.
They're going to download a car.
Oh, use AI in that sentence.
And upload it into your hearts.
And AI will hack into the operating systems of your heart.
Great.
Sure.
I say thumbs up for getting rid of the Volt. It's an ugly car.
I will admit it is not a great looking vehicle.
Oh, it's not. They finally acknowledged it. Thumbs up for Chevy finally figuring out that was a mistake.
Yeah, I honestly I think that the reason they're doing this is because they think that they can make more money by selling a more expensive vehicle, and it makes and if they got rid of this, they can instead sell you, hey, we don't sell Bolts anymore for $30,000. Instead, hey, look at this $60,000 Blazer. You want this one instead, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So
yeah,
I want two of them.
I'm going to go with a thumbs up because the car did look horrendous, and I am glad that it's going away.
There you go.
The Blazer is that a cross between a blade and a laser?
The Blazer is a funny thing because
it's a cross between a blaster and a laser.
If you've seen one Blazer, you've seen one Blazer. They changed that stupid car so many times.
Yeah, they do.
Neat.
Yes.
Well, thumbs up for whatever.
Automobiles.
Thumbs up for cars.
Thumbs up.
Well,
for cars.
Speaking of lasers, apparently Alaskan Airlines is killing the check-in kiosk, and instead, they're going to be scanning your face.
Oh.
Using I don't know lasers. I'm going to imagine.
Seems like an unhackable system to me. No way you could hack that system. Am I right?
There you go.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Apparently, Alaska Airlines is basically getting rid of. They've already limited. I didn't know this until I flew with some people who were flying on Alaska. That they basically, you don't do anything through a check-in counter anymore. Like you have to go to a kiosk first. You arrive to the airport. You go to the kiosk. You do all your stuff, and then you just drop the bag off somewhere. And if you have any changes or anything, it's just like too bad, basically. And so now they're going to start scanning your face to basically identify you and try to, I don't know what they're going to do with that data, but make sure that they don't have hackers steal it or something.
It's like all these fast food places that have where you walk in and you put in your order and you just go over and pick up tray number 14 or something, and you never actually have to talk to a person.
Yeah. I feel like, there are all these concerns about, oh, they're scanning my face and they're putting it in a data bank, and like, what are they going to do with that? Here's how I feel about it. Really, it's the closest we're going to come to immortality. The more places that my face is scanned into and my likeness is stolen and used on things, the more likely it is that there'll be some kind of a version of me centuries from now. Immortality. Hack that. It's my hack for immortality is putting my face in database.
Just get scanned more often. Well, it's certainly nothing new at airports. TSA has apparently started testing face scanning at apparently 16 different airports. So it's certainly nothing new.
Yeah, I thought that they've been scanning faces for a lot of stuff to like fast track, in fast tracking you into the country and going through security and that sort of stuff. But this is not what that's being used for, right? This is for checking in for your flight.
Yeah, this is checking in and getting your bag scanned. So basically, I don't know. I guess instead of a bag tag to pick up luggage, you just scan your face. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Well, you know what it means is that it's just going to be a bunch of those kiosks. I mean, how many of you have flown before? There are going to be a bunch of those kiosks that are broken, and they're going to have hired only one person to check everyone in because, well, we have all these kiosks. We don't need as many people, which makes it a lot easier because, of all the retiring people and layoffs and things in the airline industry.
That is definitely going to happen.
We're already checking our own groceries and checking everything else. Now we have to self-check into the airport. It's not going to make it any faster. I think you're right, Silas. It's going to make it actually worse because those stupid machines don't work now. When you just want to get a thing for your bags or get your tickets printed on, you always have to talk to someone who goes, "Oh, wait a minute. Let me use my special key or let me push a button that you don't know about."
Sir, that kiosk is broken. You need to be in this line if you want to check in for your flight. Why are you yelling at me? I just showed up here. You don't have a big sign up that says broken.
I want to say there's a Starbucks inside, right? What's your drink? I'm going to get you something because you seem like you're having a bad day.
Well, sir, you can't leave the security line, though.
I'll hand it to one of your compadres and they can give it to you. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
Self-check. I have a secret topic here. Is when did Hy-Vee start hiring armed security guards?
Oh my. Okay, so you might not have bad
at your place
fast food issues, but we don't have security guards
at
in
the
our Hy-Vee. Not that I've seen.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, we went to Mankato to go to do our grocery shopping, and at the two front doors there was guys on either end of the store that had full body armor and were armed, and it said Hy-Vee security across their chest. I'm like, wow. When did this happen? I can only imagine it's so they can stop people stealing from the self-checkout lines.
Oh, I don't.
That must be it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, maybe. Or, hear me out on this one.
Wait. Got to hear this.
They figured out a way.
Yes.
To
you can't come up.
Oh my gosh! Yes, you're right.
Wait! I got it. Oh my God. I was gonna say that they were gonna hack into something, but I couldn't come up with anything. So, but no, I was gonna say I think that it's the manager's nephews who can't get jobs anywhere else, and they're like, hey, you know what? We don't trust you.
We could have you move cones around the parking lot and replay and put them all over the place, or you could be a security guard.
We don't trust you to bag groceries or check people out, but we will put a big vest on you and have you just stand by the door. Can you do that? Can you just stand by the door?
Like the two meat cutters in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Or the
Perfect.
Ark or whatever that guy's name was.
Yarp.
Yarp.
That's
Yarp.
that's the same guy who
Narp.
plays the Hound on Game of Thrones.
No.
Yeah, it is. Go watch
Really?
it. Go rewatch it with knowing that's the Hound, and just be like, wow, I'm so glad that he wasn't
I'm
allowed to
impressed.
just destroy everyone.
I'm impressed. He
Yeah.
did a good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down to Alaska
yeah.
Airlines doing this and making everything worse.
I think so.
Remind me
think
not
so.
to fly Alaskan Airlines.
Yeah, it's just like going into Aldi now. Our Aldi's installed like a whole bunch of self-checkout lines, and like literally the best part about going to Aldi was their checking people were like superstars at it. Like the fastest checkers I've ever seen. Like they literally have my whole cart checked out before I even pull my wallet out of my pocket.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you're
I would
really
agree.
slow at pulling your wallet out. But,
I still have a fundamental issue. I still have a fundamental issue about having to rent the cart, but they are fast.
Yes, they are fast, but now they have self-checkouts in ours, and I'm like, this is so much slower than before.
Oh yeah,
It's the worst.
we suck at checking.
Yep. Leave
it to
well,
the
anyway,
professionals, that's what I say.
something that you don't have to suck at, or you may still suck at, is playing your Nintendo NES online to play Super Smash Bros. Or Super Tilt Bro, apparently.
Do they have to? What is this?
So apparently, this is some guys. They started putting together an idea to basically create add a Wi-Fi chip to an NES cartridge.
Yeah.
So if you open up an NES cartridge, there's like a whole bunch of empty space in there because it is what it is.
Yeah.
And apparently they have been able to add a Wi-Fi chip and a whole bunch of other stuff into it, and developed a game that you can actually put into an old NES system, and you can now go online with your system and play this game against other people via the internet on something that existed pre-internet, I can only imagine.
That's incredible.
Yeah. This is honestly pretty dang cool, I would say. I'm impressed.
That is impressive.
So does it make the game multiplayer? I don't understand.
Yeah. So I mean, it can go online, and it adds multiplayer support over the internet, which is something that the NES definitely did not allow you to do.
Oh, 100%. No, it did not.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Thumbs up.
What's the latency on it though? That's what I'm like. I mean, you think about here's my question. So as I started thinking about internet speeds and upload download capabilities, usually getting bottlenecked by the hardware. Your Wi-Fi card, I'm sure, is fast enough to keep up. I mean, you could put a Wi-Fi 6, 6.5, whatever in there. But will the rest of the gaming like chip and the hardware from the console be fast enough to, or is it just going to push really slow stuff and then get bottlenecked once it hits the next machine in the house next door or across the country or whatever? Like, what are the speeds like? Is it a terrible gaming experience?
I mean, I would imagine that it's going to be, since everybody's going to be playing on a NES, I mean, you're going to be limited by that. So it's going to be basically bottlenecked there, I would guess. But I don't know. I guess if you want to find out, you can. They are.
It's a new
starting a
online
Kickstarter
game for the NES.
Yeah, it's a new game. They developed their own game.
Got it.
But it still runs on the NES. So
I just read a whole book called Console Wars about the like rise and fall of Sega during Nintendo, and then the creation of Sony gaming systems and the PlayStation and all of that. So it was really interesting to listen to him talk about it, because they talked so much about how Nintendo had a lot of market control, because they had set up the whole system so that if you wanted to develop games for them, you had to get approved first to develop the game. Then you had to develop a game to send to them that they would approve and say, yes, this is good enough. You can keep working on it. And then you had to, as a company, you had to buy from Nintendo all of the cartridges that you were going to load the game onto. And they limited the number of cartridges that would go out. Doesn't matter if you had the capacity to do 1 million, they might say you only get 10,000. And that's your quota for the year. So they would ration the number of cartridges they were selling to these companies. Then you only got a small percentage of the sales made by Nintendo. So you had to be really, like, if you were developing games for Nintendo, you had to be really lucky and hope that Nintendo liked you to be able to make any type of profit off of their system. You had to be a really lean
and hopefully
operation.
It's better be the best game ever, because if it doesn't sell, you're going to make nothing.
Exactly. Best game ever. You needed to like be a team of one person developing the game and like printing the chips and all of it, putting the cartridges together and mailing it out from your bedroom so that you could expect to make some profit off of the game. So anyway, yeah, it's interesting now to see these people be like, we can just pick up these cartridges anywhere because nobody cares about it anymore, and we can make our own game that's Wi-Fi enabled, which is amazing. So
that's pretty amazing.
They are doing a Kickstarter, so if you do want to give it a try and play it, you can pledge about $61 and you might get it in about a year from now. So get in while the getting's hot.
That's cool.
I give them a thumbs up. Nice job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect.
well, if you do want to earn some more cash, you might be able to claim some part of the class action settlement against Facebook or Meta for selling your data to Cambridge Analytica.
I love how we had a video game this last time. None of us said anything about hacking the Wi-Fi, even though that's literally what they did. Just recognizing that now.
We were trying to do all of them, and since we couldn't, I think we just gave up.
We already have. Like we've mentioned it in literally every single other topic, except for the one where it probably made the most sense, other than the topic about hacking. They hacked into the console and they added a Wi-Fi chip. There, said it, done.
Yeah, they did. They hacked into the console and added the Wi-Fi
Facebook
chip.
hacked my data and sold it to a university or an encyclopedia company. What is Cambridge Analytica?
It's a hacking company.
Hacking company. Data hacking.
That only makes sense. But yeah, apparently due to the scandal, which came out a few years ago, if you had a Facebook account between May of 2007 and December of 2022 and live in the United States, Facebook might owe you some money. So
you know what? I think I already filled this out.
Yeah, go fill it out, sign up, check it out, or don't. I guess the less people who sign up, the more money I get. So
yeah, exactly. I think I filled that out. I need to go double check because I think I already filled this out. Hold on, I'm going to double check right now.
So other than Facebook being scummy, that's about all I've got for you. So on that one. So thumbs down to Facebook.
I mean, thumbs up that someone sued him.
I'll look later because I don't know. I got bored with it. I got bored looking.
Got distracted.
Good. I mean, 725 million. Luckily,
divided by 725 million people.
Luckily for us, there aren't very many users on Facebook. Thanks for stealing my joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking that it would be nice to get a crisp $1 bill from Facebook.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my $1. Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, there's over 1 billion users on Facebook. How many users on Facebook?
I don't want the money. I want my data back.
Give me my data.
Too bad.
There are 2.9 billion people on Facebook. Let's say that 1/4. Well, wait, what were the dates again? Let's
May
try and
of
figure
2007 to December of 2022. So it's a
Never mind. It's all 3 billion users.
I mean, unless you sign
We're
up for a
getting, like,
Facebook account in like
25
the last
cents.
couple months.
We're gonna get nothing out of this. Why are we
Yep.
even? Ugh. You know what?
This is the public service announcement to don't sign up for it if you haven't already.
Yeah, exactly. And if you are a hacker, I would suggest hacking into the system and deleting all of the people's applications who come in so that you can make all 725 million. It might look
There you go.
suspicious, but if you're a good enough hacker, you'll get away with it.
Yeah, make sure you use your real name too when you submit your claim.
Well, I mean, you have to, otherwise you won't be able to cash it at the bank, right? Unless you have an offshore account. Oh, which you could probably hack into pretty easily if you can
There
pull
you
off
go.
this other hack. Oh man.
Are we talking? When we
Just
say
keep hacking.
offshore, are we talking an
I have no
island, or
idea.
is it a boat in the just
It's a
floating
boat.
around in the
Yes,
ocean?
there's a boat.
Somewhere not on a shore.
That's what I'm wondering. Is it a lifeboat? Is it a boat? Is it an island?
Well, I would say
Yes.
probably not an island because an island has a shoreline. So
Yeah, it's just offshore in a boat. I have an offshore account. It's a safe that I have on my John
it's
boat.
a guy in a Zodiac with a little safe in the back. All right. Well, with that, we're going to move on to our billionaire pitches for the week. And who wants to pitch anything or start us off tonight?
Give me 1 second here. Just finding mine. I wrote it down a while ago, and I want to find it. I can't find my notes.
Here's my pitch. I got one. So you know how you're supposed to be we're supposed to be good about recycling and throwing away things that are supposed to be thrown into the recycling bin and keeping everything clean. If you didn't know, most recycling places require that you actually clean, wash, rinse, and dry all of your recycling before you put it into the bag or put it into the bin, whatever you do. So my pitch is it's always a pain to clean those things out.
Sure.
And why do I want to waste water on something that I'm just going to throw away anyway? So I think that a billionaire could come up with an idea for an automatic recycling cleaner that uses no water. And it's just you get your recycling, you throw it into this machine, and it just takes care of everything for you. And it
it's like dry cleaning?
Just like dry cleaning, and it spits it out right into your recycling bin.
Recycling dry cleaning. I like it.
Yeah.
Blaine, I hate to tell you this, but they already have this.
Good.
Can I buy one?
I always come up with ideas that you guys already have. In fact, I was telling someone about the golf ball idea that you can track on your phone, and they were like, yeah, they already have that.
I didn't want to tell you. I was going to buy it for you for Christmas, but they were all sold out. So
I said, okay, I'm sure they already have that. What I'm saying is that when I go to buy a sleeve of balls, I'm looking, oh, do I get the Titleist 4 or I get the Titleist 4 with GPS? I'm just, like they're just a whole bunch of them instead of like this specialty thing. Anyway, I think that's a great idea, Blaine. We should have a system that cleans trash so that it can be recycled.
Exactly.
I like it.
It's good.
I like it.
Good.
All right.
So mine is called the Hack-A-Lot, the hacking solution for the rest of us.
Love it.
Perfect. What does it do?
It's revolutionary computer software that makes hacking as easy as ordering a pizza and just as satisfying. One-click hacking. Forget about learning complicated programming languages or spending hours on YouTube tutorials. With Hack-A-Lot, all it takes is a single click to dive into the depths of the digital world. Oh my gosh, it's come up with so many ideas. Unlimited password cracking. Stealth mode. Automatic network detection. Disclaimer. Although we're all fun and games here, we must remind you that hacking is illegal and unethical. Thanks.
Nice.
Get ready to laugh and take control of the digital world one hack at a time, it says. You guys interested? It's super easy hacking software.
Sure, throw it on. Why not?
I'm pitching
Makes
it
sense.
specifically for Elon because I'm sure there are a lot of things he'd like to change right now, especially on Twitter.
That's awesome. Sure, I'll give it a thumbs up. Why not? Makes sense to me.
I had a billionaire pitch and I've lost it, and now I can't think of what it is. And I'm
I feel your
frustrated
pain.
because it was really good.
I feel your pain.
Shoot.
Does that mean you're passing on it, Brian?
I
Like
think I'm gonna
this?
pass. I'm gonna have to pass 'cause I can't think of it. Yep, that's it.
Pass gas.
Perfect. Man, you must have hacked that. All right, with that, I'm going to call
Wait,
this
do you
council
want to
meeting
pitch something? Wait,
adjourned.
do you want to pitch something else?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I can't think of anything.
Oh,
I had the
nothing?
one. I had the one thought, and then it's gone, and now I can't. I got nothing. So, but thank you.
Thank you for listening. We do record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. If you liked what you saw and want to check out all past episodes of the CouncilCast, you can go to councilcast.org. You can also find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at idon'tcare@councilcast.org. Check us out on Twitter at RealCouncilCast or on Reddit at /CouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.